heard your story here. So Moses, he just got God's people out of slavery in the Egyptian, and they just came up to the Red Sea, and you know what? They got the Egyptian army wanting to kill them because they just did some crazy shit over all these plagues and stuff. I'll tell you about. Well, you know what? That's a whole nother story. But they're at the sea and they were being chased by the Egyptian army. And then Moses, like God led them there, and Moses led the people there, because God told him to. And Moses come up to the Red Sea. He's like, now he's like, God, how we gonna cross this? And then like Moses, like, I know you didn't bring us here. I know you didn't get us this far to die. You must have a plan. I trust you, God, because Moses loves God, and he trusts. I mean, God got him that far, right? And Moses is like, he's like, what are we gonna do? So whenever, like, he was up there, and God said, I'll tell you what, man, go up on that rock, go stand on the ledge of that cliff up there. And Moses like, okay. He like, pick up that stick. When you take that stick up there with you, Moses take that stick. He take the stick up there. Remember that stick he had? Right, everyone remember that stick. I'm going to use a pool stick in this case. I'm going to demonstrate this shit because I'm going to tell you a story that's going to blow your mind. Check this shit out. You already know the story, but not like this, so check it. I'm going to show you how powerful God is, so check this shit out. Moses stand, he's on top of them. You gotta remember, Moses is 900 years old too, man. He's tired of this shit, man. He probably grumpy old man, but he got his faith in God. He loved God. And he showed love. So check this out. God said, I'm gonna make a deal with you, Moses. Like, what's that? God said, you want to raise that stick up in the sky and keep your arm up there, right? He's like, as long as you keep your arm up there in the sky and you raise that stick in the sky with your arm straight up, he said, I'm going to blow a wind so powerful, it's going to hit the Red Sea, and it's going to split it right down the middle, and you and your people can walk across the Red Sea to safety on the other side. But it's the second you put that arm down, you put that stick down, the wind will stop blowing, and the Red Sea will come back together. That's the deal. Moses said, okay, you sure you could do that? God's like, did I get you this far? Moses like, you got a point. It was either that or deal with the Egyptian army. You don't want to do mess with that, right? So what happens here? Moses like, okay, God, I'm gonna put you in my trust. Moses take that stick, right? He takes that stick. He goes, all right, God, I trust you and I love you and I got much faith in you. I believe you. He took his stick and he went, okay, God, let's do this, okay. So as soon as Moses raised his stick up in the air, it went boom, motherfucker. Like, damn, this big old fucking gust of wind came and hit the fucking Red Sea and it parted it. But Moses held his stick up and he was in such amazement. Now he sees the power of God. And that's not even nothing yet. And all of a sudden, all the people, they just started crossing into safety. And it took a little while. You know, they had a lot of stuff to carry across there, so they got to safety. Meanwhile, Moses there, you got to remember, Moses was like 900 years old, y'all. He was 900 years old. I think. I have to go look back and look. But despite he was an old man, he probably grumpy, because he's probably grumpy as hell at this point. His arm getting tired. He been through some shit. And then all of a sudden, he probably thinking like an old man would think. Be like, damn, I wish one of those young punks was here with their energy to help me hold my arm up. And guess what? Right out of nowhere, his little young friend came up. So I got you, Pappy Moses. He held that arm up. He's like, thank you, boy. Moses looked down at that young man. He said, you know what? You young punks these days ain't so bad after all. Thank you. You're welcome. Anyway, they got across the Red Sea. The young man went across too, and Moses was still standing on that cliff with the arm out. He's thinking, he's like, how am I going to get across? I can't hold this up all that much. Well, I'm pretty sure he held that arm up because I'd be afraid to take that shit down because I ain't trying to get stuck on this side when I just got everyone to say, I'm trying to be on that side on the safe zone. A whole army after me. Don't forget that. So Moses is like, I'm going to play it safe. He walked across the Red Sea. And he held that stick up the whole time. He wasn't taking no chances. He finally come on. So he finally go. He on the safe side. Now he looking on the other side of the Red Sea where he just came from, right? So everyone's on the safe side. Now Moses is like, wait a minute, I ain't gonna put this down. Yeah, I'm gonna do something here. You already know what he's about to do, right? So that army starts coming in, right? They're in the middle of the Red Sea. They think they safe. They stupid. They think they safe, but they ain't. Come on now. Don't mess with the power of God. That's stupid. And that's what they did. They got stupid. They went through anyway. Moses made sure they all got up in there, and then he's like, he yelled back to the crowd. He goes, yo, crowd. And they're like, yo, what up, Moses? What you doing over there? He's like, come here and watch this. As soon as I put my arm down, watch what happens. They'll be like, what's going to happen? Be like, well, you see that army? I'm like, yeah. He goes, whoosh. The wind stopped blowing because Moses raised his arm and stick down. And it took out the Egyptian army. Man. My, what power that is. That is some powerful shit right there. Let me tell you something. That power comes from God. He's all that power. I'll tell you what. Me, I'm going to be on God's good side. I'd say everyone be on good side. Because God can do that. Damn. Get with that shit. Get good with God.
Thou didst blow with thy winds, and the sea covered them. Who is like unto thee, O Lord? From everlasting to everlasting, thou art God.